Hi, I'm Scott Shadley, Director of Leadership, Narrative, and Evangelist here at Solidigm, and we are lucky enough to be at this wonderful event, GTC, alongside Alluxio, and I'd like to introduce Ben. Ben, can you give us a little intro?
Hi, my name is Ben Fan. I'm the founding engineer and the VP of Technology at Alluxio. Happy to be here, and I'm going to have some fun conversation with Scott.
So we're taking the effort here at GTC to talk to some of our partners and friends in the industry around what's going on. This seems to kind of be the, as Jensen said in his keynote, the Super Bowl of AI, and apparently we all win at the Super Bowl. So I appreciated his comments from that perspective. So when you think about GTC, the AI infrastructure space, what came up with the idea for Alluxio? Where does it come from?
Yeah, so originally the idea of Alluxio comes from UC Berkeley AMP Lab as a research project. And later on, our CEO and Haoyuan Li, he created a company around his PhD thesis to make it this commercialized. Okay, so the biggest idea behind Alluxio is really to decouple storage and compute. In that case, like in the old days, we're mostly talking about big data analytics workloads, which is very trendy 10 years ago. Right. But nowadays, we're seeing this emerging and very popular workloads, which is also perhaps even more data hungry, which is the AI on training and also on the AI related workloads. So we are trying to introduce this layer, Alluxio, as an indirection or abstraction layer here between these applications and the storage, so that the modelers and these data scientists, they don't have to understand the nitty-gritty of this storage, and they can just feel free to use this data fast and also efficient without knowing too much of details.
Very cool. So when you talk about disaggregating and putting this nice middle layer, if you will, in between, being a storage guy, I have to ask the question, how well do you play with the storage players? What does your architecture look like type of thing?
Okay, so Alluxio itself is a distributed system. So the core idea behind it is really, we call this a northbound, which is northbound API expose our interface to the applications. We have HDFS, we have the POSIX-like, we also have S3 endpoints. So applications can view us just like a file system, but using different protocols like a POSIX or S3 or HDFS to access the data. But on the southbound, we are integrating with like S3, we are integrating with GCS, we're integrating with HDFS, these kind of storage engines, so that each different storage service, they have very different needs or requirement in connection setup, in credential management, everything is different. I think the secret is really behind the scene is to make this underneath of the Alluxio as a black box. Okay. So the admin, they can handle this, they can just set it up. But on the application side, for the modelers, for the data scientists, they just view this as a well-established namespace they can just freely access.
Okay, so when you talk about it, you're working on all these different platforms, you have a bunch of different interfaces with it. At the end of the day, you're talking about data acceleration. Is that kind of how the best way to summarize it?
Yeah, very accurate. But I want to point it out, like when I'm talking about data acceleration, by using Alluxio, it actually has the meaning has twofold. In the very beginning, I'm talking about using Alluxio as a high-speed data I/O providers. One of the reasons is we bring Alluxio close to the GPU applications or in general, the applications, so that these applications, when they want to access data across region, across cloud, or from like one location in the West Coast to the East Coast, and then in this case, repeatedly accessing the same data is definitely slow and expensive. Yeah. So we're bringing the benefits of having Alluxio as indirection and caching layer here, so you don't have to access the data repeatedly. Okay, so that brings the first set of acceleration. Okay. The other part, which is also very interesting, I learned from my customers, is really the convenience by having this layer indirection makes the customers easy to set up their environment, makes the customers easy to maintain their data platform. Give you one vivid example, so they can use Alluxio as a layer between the storage and the computation, and in different regions. Okay, in each region they have regional Alluxio cluster, provides them the similar or identical namespace data addressing to the applications. So one region is full capacity of the GPU, then you can freely submit the overflow jobs to another region, right? So in this way, you can accelerate this flow by having this abstraction and virtualization. Yeah. Okay. So Yeah, both in the speed itself, but also in DevOps.
Gotcha. And then from like how we got to know each other from a Solidigm Alluxio point of view, what is it that you would say is a thing from your view of all of the players in the space that makes Solidigm a unique partner for you?
Yeah, so essentially we are a software layer, okay? So we take the storage capacity as one of the resources we're managing. Okay. And we're providing this storage as we are pooling this storage resource and providing them in a logical and unified way to the applications so they can, as I mentioned, they can access their S3 data lake as just transparently, but internally the hot data is cached inside Alluxio. But now I'm talking about caching, okay? So in terms of caching, you have to store data somewhere. You have to serve the bits somewhere, yes. Okay? So that is really goes down to our partnership with hardware. Like for example, in this case, the Solidigm, they're just providing us a very good capacity of SSDs, right?
Okay, so the big drives are being
big drives can be very valuable for us to serve these bytes really efficiently.
Okay, so I should have worn my I Love 122 T-shirt and done the Superman thing right now.
Yeah.
So very cool. So if I want to learn more about Alluxio, how do we find you?
You can go to our website, definitely. We have a YouTube channels. We have some different social network accounts. Feel free to follow us. But
so much like Solidigm, we don't have a nice simple spelling of our company name. We decided to have somewhere so you can check out the shirt and hit pause on the video and you can grab that website.
Yeah. This is I look forward to more collaboration and also joint events with Solidigm together to really make this easy of use and convenient for our customers and users.